course, I owe it to Telugu cinema. It's my first love. Charan and I burst out laughing when he called me Akka.
Hello everyone, I'm Hemant Kumar and you're watching Talking Movies with iDream. Our guest today is Kharbanda. She's been acting in films since 2009 and she's done about 17 films so far in her career. Her latest film, Bruce Lee the Fighter, released just on Friday, October 16, and she played the role of Ram Charan's sister in it. Let's see what she has to say about her work and life in general, because having known her, I can tell you that she's more than just a pretty face. Thank you, Kriti, so much for joining us. So it's great to have you.
You're saying thank you, Kriti, so much for joining us.
Of course, that's the thing,
Yeah,
right?
be formal. Hi,
Yeah.
Hemant. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
This is too funny. Let's do this, Hemant.
I can't believe a girl who can laugh so much, who's always so happy, bubbly. What happened to you in that film?
Excuse me, what is that supposed to mean?
I understand that's a
Hari,
role,
that is
but-
my character. That is like I was a shy. It took a lot. By the way, they say acting is not hard work. Look at me and look at that. Like I had to make sure that my body language was so soft and so demure and things like that. I mean, if I can do, you're doing this, Hemu. I didn't see this coming. So come on now, you're talking. You're the one to talk, really. Oh, by the way, my Twitter fans have a major complaint. Why do I always reply to
I
Hemant
know,
Kumar?
you have to reply to that. I don't know how to defend myself. Like, she's my friend, please leave me alone.
No, I see where you're coming from. This happened yesterday also.
I know, right?
No, but that character was actually fun to play and it was a great unit to work with. Honestly, Seenu Vaitla sir is definitely by far in like my top 2 category where, you know, people who I've enjoyed working with, who have, I feel have gotten the best out of me. Although I play a character in the film, they were, you know, he was very insistent when he narrated the script to me. When I got a narration, he said, no, we're going to make sure you're not just any other artist in the film. The story does revolve around you, and in all honesty, I'm happy about it. A lot of people, I got a lot of flack for it, you know, they're like, why the hell have you taken up that character? But I honestly feel like, okay, after watching the movie, I feel like they've done justice to it and they have not gone back on what they've said to me. They promised me a certain character and this is what was promised to me and I was happy doing it. Of course, there were a few changes as we shot the film, but I think those changes were called for. So I was more than okay with it and I'm actually happy with the way my characters turned out. And with Manoj sir being the cinematographer, he's actually, I think I look pretty in the movie and everyone's told me I look pretty in the movie. So I think at the end of the day, as an actress, that's all that matters, that you look good in a film, that you're part of a successful movie and your character is highlighted and it's not just there. Like I know I was relevant in the script and I'm happy about that.
I remember having this conversation with you a few months back where I asked you, like a lot of other people also, like, why would you even accept a character like this, you know? This is the first time you're playing a sister to a very big hero there. And after acting with the likes of Ram Charan, Pawan Kalyan in the past, why would you even take this up? Or, you know, what was going through your mind back then?
Honestly, I thought I had nothing to lose. Again, I've maintained that. Reason being, see, I wasn't doing any Telugu movies. I had completely shifted base to Kannada because I was getting better offers there. It was an industry. If I am a, you know, an actor today and I am being recognized today, I personally think it's because of my Kannada films that I've gained like my maximum fan following, because I've done scripts there that have worked. Unfortunately, I've been part of some big films here and they haven't clicked at the box office, and like they say, if you're not a box office queen, you're nothing. You can be a good actress, you can be a good looker, and I've seen that happen with many actresses. When this came forward, I thought to myself, okay, what are the chances of you working with a Ram Charan or a Seenu Vaitla in the future? It was as simple as that, and the chances were obviously very, very slim. So I said, okay, why should I lose out on an opportunity where if the movie works, the only thing that can happen is good, and if it doesn't work, I have nothing to lose. It's not like I'm doing 10 other Telugu movies and my career is dependent on this and people are standing outside my door in a line saying, madam, please sign with us. That wasn't happening, right? For me, Kannada is my priority simply because it's made me who I am today. Of course, I owe it to Telugu cinema. It's my first love. Because this is where I started and it's always great to come back here and shoot. And again, I think that was one of the reasons I actually missed doing Telugu movies. So I thought, okay, this should be fun. It was a great unit, great script, great director, great hero, great production, great cinematographer, like greats of everything was here. Like, why not be a small part of a big film and actually more people actually see me through this movie, because I know the kind of audience that's going to come in. There are more people taking notice. Ever since the audio release, the kind of, there have been people who at the airport or, things like that, where they walked up to me and they said, we saw you in the Bruce Lee trailer. That feels good. It gives you recognition. So why not? I had nothing to lose. So I'm very happy I did it. I'm very happy I took that risk. Of course, I was nervous. Even the day before the movie released, I was like, Bhagwan, what is going to happen? And then my mom talked to me and she's like, Beta, you only told me you have nothing to lose. And I'm like, what the hell am I stressing? I actually have nothing to lose. It's as simple as that.
But there is also a notion in the film industry that once you play a sister's role to a big hero, you probably typecasted after that. You'll probably get a series of certain roles.
Not like I said, not like I have 25,000 offers from the Telugu industry. I'm sorry, but that is not true. So, okay, if they think I'm going to be typecast, so be it.
Right.
So be it. If that's what you think. I have known actresses, like, come on, I know it's very hard to compare and it's stupid for me to compare, but I've seen a lot of brother-sister films in Bollywood where they played brother and sister, be it like a Ranveer Singh and Priyanka Chopra, be it Shah Rukh and Aishwarya Rai, but they've gone on to romance each other. That's what's happened. And I'm not saying I'm going to romance Charan, but why not? Why can't I look at it more positively? Why is there such a negative attitude that I will be typecast? Kya guarantee hai that I will be typecast? It's not, there's no guarantee. And there's no guarantee that just because you have a hit film in your kitty is going to make you a superstar. Even there's no guarantee of that. So then why not actually risk it? Why is it so hard for people to understand that sometimes your risks do pay off, and when they don't, you don't really lose anything. The way I look at it, the only way from here is up. There's no way down. Like, I don't necessarily see, it's just because I've been typecast, it doesn't mean tomorrow someone approaches me for a sister character, I'll be like, oh, I don't have any other work, I have to do this. No.
You're not going to do that?
No, I'm not going to, understand until, there's a film, honestly, if there's a film like Bruce Lee where the emphasis is more on the brother and sister, like the story revolves around the brother and sister, I'm not saying, I'd rather have a small but substantial role than be in like a full-length movie and standing in the back. I don't want to do that. Those are not the kind of characters I want to play. So if tomorrow someone approaches me and say, okay, we're making a really good brother-sister film and it's about their sentiment, I will jump on it. I will not say no again. But if they call me again and say, we want you to play this one's sister or that one's cousin or this one's friend, and I'm just standing there and smiling and saying, hee, I'm dumb, look at me. No, that's not going to happen. I will not take it up unless and until it's something that really I'm kicked about and it's a great director and a great team. Then why not? Why not be part of a good film?
Right. So I have practically done about 15 films so far, right? This film must have been a very different experience for you.
It was a difficult experience.
Difficult?
It was difficult because I took it up with a lot of confidence, but when you go on set and you shoot, it's not the easiest thing to feel like, okay, it's my first time not being the heroine of the movie. Yeah. It's not exactly easy. I am not the kind of person who feels a complex that easily. I'm like, theek hai. But I appreciate beauty. I think, whoever I work with, if there's an actress who's beautiful, I have no qualms saying, oh, she's stunning and I'm a fan. Or I remember when I watched TMI and Chesave, I was like, oh my God, this chick is something. Or, when you see a Nitya Menon in Ala Modla Indi, you're jealous. You're like, why the hell did I get that character? But certain characters are not made for you. So I have no qualms admitting that, of course, I get jealous. Of course, I get, a little anxious about why is this not happening with me. But then, I'm very content with my characters. I remember when Googly happened, a lot of actresses came up to me and said, you're so lucky you got that. So I know I've had my share of luck. I still have my share of luck. I'm playing some characters that I'm really proud of. And this is one such character. And I think people who have appreciated me have actually come up to me and said, we respect your guts and it takes a lot.
Right.
I know it takes a lot. Not everyone could have done what I've done. So I'm very proud of that. If you're telling me that there are actresses from other languages who will come in and say we're leading actresses, then we're willing to play your sister here, I don't see too many of them. And I take pride in the fact that I've actually, come out of my comfort zone and put myself out there, made myself feel insecure, but yet delivered, and I have been able to do or justify the character that I've played. For me, my biggest compliment was Sino Atla sir said, nobody else could have done this as beautifully as you. And I personally think that was my biggest compliment there. I remember the audio release, Kona Venkat Garu came up to me, shook my hands and said, thank you for choosing to do this film. It's come out really well. Upasana called me and said, you were fabulous in the movie. So those small things, they kind of make your day and you feel like, okay, your risk has paid off. At the end of the day, who's going to cast me? It's the industry.
Right.
So if they take notice, that's all that matters, A. B, if they don't take notice, at least I'm proud of the fact that I was gutsy enough to go out there and do it. It's as simple as that.
So was every day a struggle for you? Like, did you have to convince
The first
yourself
day
that-
was. The first day was. Somewhere in between was. Most of the days weren't. The first day was definitely a struggle. We were shooting. Which scene did we shoot first? It was when my brother gets me that laptop. We were shooting that scene. And
That was your first scene in the
that was
film?
my first scene that I shot in the movie. And that was hard. I mean, Charan and I burst out laughing when he called me Akka. He's like, she looks like a baby, how do I call her Akka? And they're like, sir, I know it's, even if she's one day older than you, it has to be Akka. And he laughed and I laughed. But they didn't really emphasize that in the movie, thank God. Because I guess they kind of figured that's not gonna work.
What were the vibes like? Did it get very awkward in the beginning?
Not at all. Charan and I are friends. Like, now we're friends. Earlier we were like, we both have hung out in the past where with people. It has never been just one-on-one, and we've gotten along really well. So Charan, in fact, first day he came up to me and said, you're happy? I said, yeah. So he said, listen, if there's anything, if you're stressed, talk to me and I will take care of it. Because he knew where I was coming from. We didn't really have to talk about where I was coming from.
It was a difficult decision for you at the end of the day, right?
It wasn't difficult after I heard the script, honestly. I was very apprehensive. I didn't want to go listen to the script because I told my manager, I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm not going to play someone's sister. And they're like, listen, it's a big film and they've said the movie is about the brother and sister. So I said, of course they're going to narrate it to me from my point of view. That's how it works. That's how the industry works. And but once I heard the script and I met Sino Vaitla, so I'm like, okay, I thought about it practically and I said, I don't know when I'll work with a Sino Vaitla again. I don't know whether I'll get an opportunity to work with a Ramcharan. Unfortunately, my films in the past haven't worked. And let's be realistic, and I have nothing to lose. And I love being a part of the Telugu industry. And I miss shooting here. I actually love shooting here. It's so much fun to shoot a Telugu movie. And I'm like, why not? It was difficult. The first day was hard. Very hard. I mean, I can't even explain it. It's a wonder I didn't cry. But it was good overall. I'm so glad today that I made that decision.
You speak about Srinu Vaitla in very high terms. You know? So what is it that you learned from him?
He's the reason I'm so confident about myself today. He always made sure that I had the respect of where he thought I was standing, and he treated me with utmost respect. You know, there were days when I'd be awkward and I'd just be sitting, and one of the cutest things that he's done comes up to me, and there was this awkward silence because I don't know why there was, okay? So we're sitting and he says, do you eat custard apple? And I thought in my head, he's actually trying to make conversation, that's so sweet. I said, yes sir, I like custard apple. You know how many calories they have? I was like, what? And he's like, no Kriti, they are the highest amount of calories in a fruit. 350 or something. And I was like, really? I actually didn't know, and I was like, really? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, wow. And then we started talking normally. So that was his icebreaker. And it takes a lot. He didn't need to talk to me. He did. And there were scenes, it was so cute. One day he comes, there's this scene which Charan and I are shooting in my bedroom. And it came out very well, and he was very happy with it. And after the editing, he came up to me and he's like, I loved it. And next thing he says, a bedroom scene undi kada nee Ram Charan to. I'm like, sir, bedroom scene? And everyone laughed. It was so cute. They were like so innocent, you know. That's how you talk. And for me, I felt like I could connect with the man because of that. Suddenly my respect for him went up here. Because he made me feel comfortable. He didn't talk to me like, okay, you're just someone else. And not just me, anybody on set. Like it was Nadia Garu, Sampath Garu. He was very sweet, like the way he addressed, like Nadia Garu itla cheyandi. Like, I was like, oh my God, that is so sweet. And I actually speak of him in very high regard. It's because of him that I have this kind of confidence on myself today. Because when he shot my scenes, he shot with confidence and he said, you are the core of this film. So let's treat you like that, and if you have that faith in yourself, only then it's going to come out. And a lot of people actually told me, we wish there was a little more of you and Charan in the film, like that combination. I felt that connection when I watched the movie. It's very rare that you feel it. Unfortunately, because we ran out of time and we were literally racing against time to finish our movie, they had to cut down on my song with him. We were supposed to have a brother sister song, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But when I watched the movie, I didn't miss it. I was like, okay, they've shown me, my characters worked, and that relationship has worked, and that's what the movie is. And I'm just grateful that they didn't let me down, because I was scared about that. But even while I was shooting, I was happy. But what happens on the editing table, you can't tell. But I promise you, like, there's not one scene that they've cut out. They've actually kept everything, and that makes me so happy. I'm really grateful to my team that they didn't let me down.
What were the conversations like on the set, especially with Ramcharan and Nadia, because you acted quite. There was a lot of scenes with her. Right?
Yes. So. Nadia ma'am and I shot a lot together. We got along extremely well, because in Bangkok, considering you're shooting abroad and there's very like caravans, you can't get like a single caravan for everyone. So Nadia Garu and I were sharing one, and I think that kind of helped me build a rapport with her, because we were literally in each other's faces, like either in the caravan or on set. She is a very intelligent woman. She loves music. She's a beautiful singer also. So she was my entertainment system on set. I was her entertainment system. You can see how much I talk and how much I entertain. So I was her entertainment. The one thing that's good about her is she doesn't like talking about other people. You cannot be negative around her. She will tell you to your face. Luckily it didn't happen with me. I saw it happening with someone else, and she told them off, and I'm like, okay, good. But she's one of those people who likes positivity around her. She's not the kind of person who can put up with, okay, you know what, I can't do this. Just no nonsense kind of woman. I love that about her. I admire her. She's stunning. Fitness freak, huh? She has to work out all
every day.
Every day. So I met her once in the gym, because that's the only time I went. In 10 days, I went once. That too because my mom called and said, Beta, are you working out? I need to work out because I actually have an injury in my foot. So I need to work out and make sure that. So once in 10 days is when I go to the gym and I do whatever I need to. But she's one of those. Amitash again is another person I worked with very closely. He's great fun to work with. He's a young boy, and he's actually very fun to be around. He's a little childish. I think I like that about him. It's sweet. And of course Charan and I shot a lot together. Charan is damn smart, huh? Very smart. So he'll be like, I heard about that. I'm like, what? You know what I'm talking about. So you think he knows? And I'm like, seriously, you know? Yeah, I know. No, listen, but that's not how it happened. Like, I'm starting to explain, and slowly he's gotten everything out of me, and he starts laughing, and he's like, I didn't know anything. I knew nothing. I'm like, oh, so mad at him, but he's one of those. He's very smart. I like his intelligence. It's like, it's got that combination of that sense of humor. It was so fun working with Charan.
I was reading your tweets last night from that Q&A session, and you mentioned that you actually had a lot of trouble shooting for that speedboat.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. See, we were shooting on a ship for the longest time, because most of the climax is on the ship. And that was still okay. I mean, it took us 3 hours to go into the ocean every day, and then 3 hours to come back. So we had some very long working hours. The speedboat is the last day of our shoot of our 7-day schedule of the chase. We were shooting on the speedboat, and suddenly Amit got seasick, followed by Nadia ma'am, and then me. Charan was the only one standing on his feet and being okay with it. Apparently I fainted. I still don't know. At least that's what he told me. Apparently Charan has poured down 2 bottles of water on my face, which means about 1, because he has to say things, exaggerate things to trouble me, so I feel more guilty about it. But I know he took real good care of me. Everyone told me that. I was literally like, he's like, Akka, wake up, like that. But I remember, like, I was so nauseous, and Sino Atla sir actually said, listen, let's just cancel it, we'll stick with whatever we have, she's not well, let's not force her to shoot more. So I was like, oh, wow, that's so sweet. But we finally shot, we made sure that we got done. But it was a very difficult experience. I realized, see, when the boat is moving, it's fine, but there were, when they're setting up the camera and all, the boat will just stay there so you don't keep drifting. Like, because the boat's chasing us, so everyone had to stay in position and all, and it just became like, it was just rocking a little bit, and that kind of makes you sick. And 8 hours on a boat is not a joke. Like, our food was coming to the boat, They were bringing Nimbu and Namak and all like okay, alright, just bring me some toothpaste. Like literally, I can say I want toothpaste and they'll come in one speedboat and give it to me and go. Damn efficient, but pretty crazy that way. I think it was super fun. I'm telling you, it was one of my very fun experiences, but I don't think I want to shoot on a boat again, ever.
Is that one of your mortal fears that you don't want to do
It was never a fear until I shot for Bruce Lee. It's not even a fear. That feeling of being seasick didn't go for 3 days.
Shit.
It took a long time. You know, like how when you travel in a train, like Bangalore to Delhi is normally like 48 hours. This is where I was younger, I used to go by train. Like if the whole family is going, you can't afford a flight ticket, and that time prices were like really high. So you go in train, and then after 2 days also you have this feeling where you feel like you're sitting in a train and you're rocking. Like I feel like that right now. So that feeling started to happen. So I'm seasick, and I had a flight that night because I was supposed to go to Dubai, and I took a flight, and in the flight also I was like going like this, okay, and it was just scary. I'm like, God, what is wrong with me? What have I done with my life? Why am I moving? Why is my head moving? Like I could feel the fluid in my head going left, right, front and back, and it's the worst feeling. So no cruise for me, ever, no.
Is there anything which is a big no-no for you? Like,
Now it's become like a big no-no. I mean, if I have to shoot, I'll do it. Of course, it's my job.
no, I'm not talking about the cruise shot, but anything else apart from that?
No, I don't have any fear at all. Touch wood. I think the only thing I fear is snakes. I can't even look at a snake print bag or a snake print shoes, let alone an outfit.
What? Are you serious?
I can't. I get nauseous. Something starts happening to me. This mall, I was like, this has to happen with me, of course, because I'm scared. Like drama has to happen with me. I went to this mall. I was shopping there, and I went into the restroom, and I saw a snake, and I ran out, and I was cold. My hands were blue and all. I was shooting for the remake of Kick in Kannada, Super Ranga. They say snake skin is considered sacred. They consider it good luck. And that's the one thing I'm scared of. I cannot handle it. My staff knows that about me, so they're very careful. Like, I don't know how I interact with snakes. I mean, it's like they're walking on the streets, like that. So, shooting on this hill, and someone says, there are snakes here. And I'm like, what the hell? I am going, I am running, I cannot do this. I'm wearing a sari with sports shoes, so I can run. And I'm not kidding, I have a picture. They released a picture of a working still of me wearing neon pink sports shoes with an orange sari and a black blouse. Just imagine how hideous I must have looked. And in the scenes also the shoes are showing. They told me the frame is still here, and there are times when they've decided to increase, like make it a wider frame, and oh dear Lord, I'm wearing neon pink sports shoes under a sari, and it's showing when I'm running. But
Can't picture that picture.
I will send you that picture, Hemu. Let's keep that private. It took a lot for me to get it off the net.
So what did you do in the end of that shoot? Did you cancel it or did you?
No. You won't believe what happened. The next thing I know, my first shot, I'm standing there, and my assistant says, "Madam, take a step back." And I said, "What?" I was standing on snake skin, fresh snake skin. It turns out that a snake had just come out of its skin, and it was fresh. You could tell, you could feel the heat. And I cried. I'm like, God, this cannot be happening. This cannot be happening. Like, I took pictures of that snake skin and sent it to my ma, and I'm like, she's like, bring it home. It's considered good luck. I'm like, seriously, what is wrong with you? Are you out of your mind? What are you thinking? You're saying bring back snake skin? I am disowning you. How could you say that to me? Like, imagine that happening to me. What are the chances of that happening? So I've had some interactions with snakes, which I have not really enjoyed, but they have happened, and why have they happened? I don't know.
Sure, you would have consulted some guru or something like. There's no Nagadosham and all that.
No, there's no Nagadosham. There's no dosham. I'm a very dosham-free person. No, but you know what? See, the only thing I kind of believe in is numerology. I don't believe that someone can change what's in your fate. Numerology also, because there are dates that I believe in. There are numbers that I know out of experience that don't work for me. Like the number 4 doesn't work for me. Anything that adds up to a 4 never works for me. Like on the 4th of a month, or on the 13th of a month, or the 22nd of a month, I don't start anything new. I don't do anything shubh.
If this interview was on October 22nd, you won't.
No, see this. Hey Mo, it's you. You're my lucky charm.
Oh my God.
What to do? No, but no, like I'm genuinely, like if I have to sign a new movie, or if I'm listening to a script, I don't do it. That's the only thing that I don't do. That's the only thing that I'm superstitious about. Days don't matter to me. I believe every day is a good day. My mom normally says, you know, you shouldn't do anything new on a Tuesday. But then I say it's Mangalvar. Mangal is good, I mean, it's prosperity. So I said, I'm not, think about dates, or I'm not thinking, okay, you can't do on this day. I don't understand those restrictions. I don't believe in them. But there's certain things out of experience that I don't think are fine for me, like the number 4. That's the only apprehension I have in my life. That's the only superstition I have. I do not consult, or I do not, a lot of people tell me I should. There was this girl who came up to me, you're so pretty, there must be a problem in your kundali, you should have it checked, you can be a top actress. I mean, this was her explanation to me, and I said.
You say out of experience, right? So what was that bad experience?
I've had like experiences where a couple of my films, like I've heard a script on a particular day and they've been fabulous scripts, and unfortunately haven't taken off. Like it's happened to me 2-3 times, or I don't know how to explain it, but I guess it's just a personal thing that I've developed over a period of time. Every other number works for me except the number 4. And I've had like bad experiences with people who were born on that particular day.
Oh shit, I was born in February 22nd, so like...
I am saying I've had a few experiences with certain number. It doesn't mean everybody, like my own family, I have number 4s and I love them, so chill.
But you would be suspicious of that, right? Number 4?
No, I'm not, like I'll not sit and ask you, when's your birthday? I'll decide I'll be friends with you only if you're not a number 4. No, that's not how it works. But I'm just saying that, like, if I'm not going to start a certain thing, or if I have a choice, like there are days when you don't have a choice, like when you have to meet a director on that day. I've also gone on to sign films that I've signed on a 4th and they worked. But it's mostly not worked in my favor. So why not avoid it when you can?
Do you believe in destiny? Like, are you a big believer in destiny or fate?
Totally. You know, people who say, oh, you write your own destiny and all, listen, that's not how it works. You can only make things better for yourself with your hard work. But what's meant for you will come to you. If you're stupid enough to throw it away or do things to throw it away, okay, God will say, okay, I want to give you 1 crore, but if you're not smart enough to earn it, it's as simple as that. It's not just going to come and sit in your lap. Hard work is very important. I learned that only in the last maybe a couple of years. Before that, I took my life for granted. I took my career for granted. I would always be like, oh, why is this not happening? Why is it not? Why did my movie click? And see, that is not in my hands, of course. I just do my job and leave. But of course, there were questions like those that go on in your head. They will still go on because it's human nature. But no, I am a firm believer in destiny, but I also believe that it's not going to come to you just because you're like, okay, I am meant to become a superstar. That's not how it works. Everyone's worked hard to get where they are.
You started your career while you were in college, is it?
I didn't even go to college. Like I was 18 when I started off.
So how did that happen?
It was a very filmy thing that happened to me.
Somebody spotted you on a hoarding and...
Yeah, like that, like very dramatic. Oh, wo ladki kitni sundar hai, let's cast her, like that. Like how it happens in a movie. Oh my God, look at her, she's stunning. She's my heroine, she's the next superstar. So in my head, I was already a superstar. Like when I did my first film and all. First of all, I didn't want to do it, but then I decided to do it. And according to me, I didn't know how the film industry works. According to me, you do films and you're a star and people will recognize you and you're going to be all over Google and there's no stopping you then. It first hit me what exactly this job is and how not easy it is when my movie released and tanked. Wasn't the easiest thing. But even then I was like, haan, theek hai. I was just doing it as time pass anyway. Then I took a couple of years off to finish off my education and all. During which I was offered Teen Maar in my first Kannada movie. And then I started again, but then I wasn't exactly the most dedicated, hardworking person.
So has this changed now?
Of course it has. I mean, I know I take work is the most serious thing in my life today. I worked very hard to get where I am. It hasn't been easy. Even in the Kannada industry, it took me a while to kind of get films and do good films. Like after my first film, it took me 9 months to sign my second. Because the kind of films I was being offered weren't the kind of films I wanted to do. I know nobody believes me when I say they think, oh, offers hi nahi honge, but I have no reason to lie. Like when I say I don't have offers from the Telugu industry, I mean it. I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, I've heard 25 scripts and they're like, oh. I've heard a couple, in fact, in the last 3-4 days. They've not been my cup of tea. They're not the kind of films I want to do. And I'm not going to do them. Not to say that I need work. There are times when I've done films because I want to do them, and there have been a few films I've done because I needed to do them. This is my source of income. This is my job at the end of the day. So there are times when you have to do things that you're not extremely happy about. You do them anyway. Today I'm grateful to God that I've come to that point where I can still make a choice. I don't have to do them because I need them anymore. I do them because I want them. And it's not because I'm financially stable or something. It's because I think I've become more understanding of this career and the job, and I've realized money is not everything. It's important. It is very, very important. But like there is a Kannada film that I'm doing with Jagamantha. It's from an entirely new team from Bombay, and they were very kicked about doing this film. I haven't charged them for the movie. I didn't take my money till date. Of course, we started off with a contract and signing them out and stuff. But as we went through the film, I realized how passionate they were towards it. And yeah, they were, and I know they were struggling with finances. And Randeep actually came up to me and he wrote me a check, and I said, no, I can't take this as yet. Once you release the movie and you make money, you can pay me. Otherwise, I just think, because Randeep is like a brother to me, like he just had a baby and he's like, Bua ban gayi tu. Like that's the kind of connection I have with him and his family. I'm very, very close to Randeep and his wife and his parents and his sister. Like they literally treat me like I'm a bacha of the house. So when you develop that connection with certain people, you kind of feel emotionally for them, and you think, okay, there are things beyond money. And that is the first time I realized that there are things beyond money. There are people beyond money. At the same time, it doesn't mean that I'm going to do it for everyone and anyone. If I do feel that there is a genuine issue, or there is something that's genuinely difficult for them, I'll understand. But Randeep, I think because he's family, is the only person I did it for. Otherwise, yes, there have been scripts, like I'm doing these 2 films early next year, which I start shooting early next year, which are experimental films and not exactly commercial films. So of course, I'm not going to charge them what I charge for a commercial movie, or what I charge for a big hero film, or things like that, or a big production. Of course, you take your cuts and you think, okay, you're going to do it for lesser because you want to help them and you want a great film in your hands. So of course, it changes with every movie. So that is, I think it's the first time I realized that money is not everything, but it is very, very important for me, because I have seen a lot of struggle in my life. It hasn't exactly been easy. My dad has worked very hard, like every father. My dad too has worked very hard to bring us where we are, and we went through some very, very, very hard times, and I've seen that happen. And today when I feel like, okay, I'm able to give certain amount of luxury to my parents, comforting luxury to my parents, it makes me very proud. I still remember when I started acting, there were people who said, oh, actress ban gayi hai. You know that notion they have, na? And today those same people like, oh, Kittu, wo to hamari god mein kheli hai, like that.
It's like almost life has come back a full circle.
Come back a full circle, things have changed, and I just smile to myself when that happens. I'm like, okay, it happens, ho gaya. I see that pride on my parents' face, and my grandparents when they were alive. Dadi used to like take these cuttings, like every small article that came, because again, my granddad wasn't the happiest when I became an actor. My grandmom was. She was like, can you get me a role in a movie, like that. She used to love wearing makeup. I remember the cutest thing about her. She comes and she touches my skin. It's like, oh, so soft. I'm like, oh, thank you. She says, dekhna, mujhe wrinkle aa rahe hain. 75-year-old woman is complaining about wrinkles on her hand, and she's telling me, give me the cream that you use, so my wrinkles can go. Like, there was so much innocence in her, and I think I get that from her. She's a total drama queen. She was a total drama queen, and I think she's the reason I became an actress. I have her genes. I'm telling you, I have her genes. And that pride, that happiness that I see in their faces. My grandmom calling me and saying, building se, or you know, these ladies have come and they want to meet you. And they used to stay in this beautiful complex. And they recognize them, and when people say, oh, you're Kriti's mom, or you're Kriti's dad, or you're Kriti's grandparents, earlier I used to feel guilty because, you know, the society is like, oh, she's a daughter and her parents are enjoying her, you know, status, or enjoying her being an actress. And of course that made my parents awkward. I'm sure it did. They never, you know, voiced it out to me, but I'm sure there is a certain amount of awkwardness But today my dad turns around and says, so what if she's a girl? तुम्हारे तो बेटे भी नहीं कर सकते, मेरी बेटी कर रही है. Like, he's so proud. And that makes me want to work harder. I think when that attitude changed in the last 2-3 years and my movies started becoming a little successful and I started being noticed as an actor and my parents would go places and people would be like, oh, we're very proud, we read about your daughter in the morning. Like, and when that changed and my parents' attitude changed towards my profession, my dad's attitude changed towards my profession, it made me happier, it made me want to work harder, and it made me more content with what I was doing. Nothing was ever good enough, nothing is still ever good enough, but I'm happier today because my parents are so happy. Like, my dad is so proud to say, my daughter is doing this, my daughter is a known person, my daughter is providing us with a lot of happiness, and they're just so proud, and that makes me so happy.
Right. In a lot of ways, Googly had a lot to do with that.
Googly is the reason my career changed. Googly is the reason. Googly put me on the map. Chiru was, of course, one of the, the songs was such a big hit. Even today, people recognize me because of those songs, and the movie did really well. After that, I went on to do Premadda. Again, the music was a super hit, and because of another song, like it was a remake of Subramaniapuram, so the character was completely different. That again, like, got me a lot of fan following. But Googly, not just the songs, but it was a character also that was a hit. So everybody, even today, they call me Doctor only, because that's how the hero used to address me in the film, and they call me Swati, because even today, even after 3 years of release, 2.5 years of release, it's just, still people are like, okay, they remember me with that character, and I know I go places and they're like, when are you going to do a film with Yash again? Because it worked. Googly is the reason I was put on the map, and then I went on to do some big films with stars like Upendra and Shiv Rajkumar, which again changed a lot of things for me. People started recognizing me a lot more because they have a bigger fan following, they have a bigger audience, more people watch the movie, more people notice you. So today I know it's hard for me to go out in a mall in Bangalore and shop, but I do it anyway. I'm like, I don't wear makeup, and then someone comes up to me and like, you're Kriti, and I say no.
Do you need to really wear makeup?
No, I don't really need makeup, touch wood. It's just that I look fresher because I look tired all the time otherwise, because I'm oversleeping. Like, when I'm not doing anything, I'm sleeping, or I'm at home and I'm wearing my loose shirts and shorts and walking around. I received a courier a week ago and mummy wasn't home and I had to open the door. I'm not allowed to open the door, by the way. Pranita said no. Pranita was so cute. She sent me a birthday cake, okay, last year on my birthday. And she wanted to surprise me, so it came in at 9 in the night and she wanted my mom to give it to me at 12. She just didn't see it coming. She didn't think, she's like, you're an actress, you wouldn't open the door. And I'm so used to it. So her driver comes with the cake so sweetly, and he comes and he's like, he didn't know what to say because he wasn't supposed to give it to me, and he's like, where's your mother? And I'm like, she's upstairs, what do you want? I didn't know it was her driver. I'm Pranita ma'am's driver. I'm like, I'm Kriti, you need to talk to me. Why do you want my mother? No, Pranita ma'am said to give this to your mom. And I'm like, I'm just laughing away to glory, okay? And I'm like, oh my god, how did this happen? And I call her up and I'm like, Prani, so sweet, I got the cake. You're an actress, you're not supposed to open the door. I'm like, oh shit, did she just say that? But that girl is so innocent. I think she's one of the purest people I've met, because what's in her heart is out there, okay? And that was the sweetest thing she's done for me. Actually, that's not the sweetest thing. She's done sweeter things for me. But that's the first sweetest thing she did for me. And that innocence with which she said, no, you're an actress, you're not supposed to open the door. And I'm like, oh, so cute. Like, I thought that to myself, like, she's that innocent. So after that day, every time I open the door, my mom tells me, Beta, you're an actress, you're not supposed to open the door. So anyway, coming back, this courier came and it was my courier only, and they're like, I take my dog and go out, so no one's like, I don't open the gate. And he gives me and he's like, Madam, you googly actress. And I just smiled and I was like, and he actually said in Kannada, why are you dressed like that? I'm not kidding. No makeup, hair's in a top knot. I think I just showered, so I was wearing my pajamas and like your shorts and your loose t-shirts, like how I dress at home. He actually asked me, why you dressed like that? He didn't ask me for a picture because of the way I was dressed. He actually said that to me. He said, Madam, one picture tagibeka, but you makeup, hakklilla. I said I'll order more stuff, so next time you come, I'm not kidding, that happened, dude. That guy refused to take a picture with me. But yeah, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, laugh it out. It's okay, Hemu. It happens. I'll catch you after the show. Shameless fellow. You wait. You're not getting your whatever that tea you like away. I'll make sure ginger, lemon, whatever tea that is. I'm not gonna let you have it.
Talking about Googly and your tweets last night, there was this one particular tweet where they spoke about your hair. What is this obsession with your hair? What do you do in that film?
Okay, so it's gonna look funny on cam, okay now, but it was a part of the movie. So one day on set, not on set, I think when Pawan came to narrate the script to me or something like that, he, when you have a fringe or when you have hair that falls on your face, that like it doesn't exactly stay back. So when he was talking to me, I kept doing this, like I kept putting my hair back. When I went on set, he said, there is this one mannerism that I liked of yours and I have decided to put that in the film. And he already had it in mind earlier, but it's obviously, he was more assured of it. So the hero kind of, falls for me like there is wind blowing and I just put my hair back and I'm looking down and all shy and coy, so unlike me, what happens. And he goes like a little like that. And we did that a lot in the movie and it kind of worked with the audiences where I still remember I went for a college fest and while I was talking on the mic, just general, like you put your hair back and everyone went, oh, like loudly, okay? And for a second I'm like, did someone else come? Are they hooting for someone else? Like, it happens, when you're on the mic and one big hero walks in and suddenly there's a roar and you're like, oh shit, should I continue talking or should I wait? Like that. So I'm like, but I'm the only actress here. I mean, the other actors are on stage with me. Did someone do something at the back? And then I was told by the MC that it's because I was doing that and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize how much it's clicked. So yeah, people ask me a lot whether I do that and they ask me to do a dub smash with that and they ask me to take a video of me talking and doing that in slow-mo. Like I posted a slow-mo video a few days ago and everyone's like, oh wow, so cool. And someone posted like, can you do a slow-mo video putting your hair back? And I'm so cool. I'm like, I feel like I'm in a Yash Raj movie except it's in real life. Little mental, but yeah, obsession with my hair. I'm also obsessed with my hair.
What else are you obsessed about?
I love lipsticks for some reason. I'm obsessed with my lips. I like it moisturized all the time. I'm obsessed with food.
Food?
Food.
Isn't that a sin?
Dude, it's a sin. It's a sin I like to commit. I'm like, I cannot live without food, Hemu. I've been vegetarian for 5 days and I'm already like, I need food, like I feel like I'm not eating. I mean, I love vegetarian food, but I hate it when someone restricts my food. I mean, if I choose to be vegetarian, it's not restricted as such. I mean, it's Navratri, I've done it all my life. I believe that I want to be vegetarian, but it's not, if someone comes and says, oh, today is this day, so don't eat non-veg, no, I will not listen. Like, if I believe in it, I will do it. Like, on Navratri, I'll do it. But food for me is my biggest weakness. I think anyone can buy me with food. Like, not in a cheap way. Not in a cheap way, but my friends, my family, like people who love me know that I love food. I have been told that I am lucky that I'm in shape or because I don't work out as much. I mean, if I have to get into shape, like there were a couple of movies where they wanted me to be slimmer and toned. I've done it for that movie. I've never found the need to do it apart from that. So like for Ungol Gitta, I was wearing only half sarees and all. So I made sure I was like in shape and I worked out and things like that. But when I know that I don't need it, I don't do it. It's as simple as that. But few people keep telling me, you need to start working out, otherwise it's slowly going to catch up on you and be your Punjabi. That's what's being said.
We also heard that you have a room full of shoes and I don't know how many saris. So what's that?
Many saris which have now been distributed amongst family members because I don't have room. A. B. I've already worn them like a couple of times and I'm not going to wear them again. Someone might as well use them. A few of them have they've been given away, I mean, to people who need them. Like, I won't call it charity exactly. I hate that word. It's not charity, but yeah, I've given it away to people who could wear them. Again, the same with my footwear. I've given it away to people who need them because I know I'm not going to be wearing 100 pairs of shoes.
What was the count back then?
72, I think. I haven't counted after
72.
that. This was a year ago, but I haven't counted after that. And I've actually cut down on buying me stuff simply because I only buy stuff when I actually need it. Earlier I had this thing where I'm not going to repeat my footwear because I love footwear. I want to wear something new every time, but no, I've become very smart with the way I spend my money now. So
You also design your own jewelry and clothes, right? So do you keep that as a habit or it's just one?
it's a habit, it's a hobby, it's a future profession. My mom and I are already, actually, you know what, for the last 1.5 years I've been working on my clothing line, and I started working on it when I wasn't so busy. I weren't doing as many films. I mean, I had a lot of free time on my hands, but fortunately, I've been very busy the last 1.5 years, where I've been working almost, I think, 25 to 27 days out of a month. So I get maybe 3 or 4 days to myself, and I love to spend that at home with my family. So I haven't really had time to work towards it, but we are most likely going to come out with an online clothing thing by January. We're working towards it if all goes well. It's just that some work has come up again, and I was supposed to have the whole of November to myself so I could work on my clothing line, and the Tamil Bruce Lee came my way and it was a very good offer, so I didn't want to let it go. I've decided to take that up, so it may get pushed from Jan to March, but we're still trying to meet with the January deadline. So I will start an online clothing line very soon. Jewelry will follow because I mostly want to deal with precious jewelry and not very much into costume stuff. So that will take some time and money. So once I make some money, I will, if I'm able to start a jewelry line, I will. Otherwise, I'll probably associate myself with the brand and design for them. I have one such offer, but I still want to wait because I feel like if I can do this on my own, I should. But if I think I can't and it's taking up too much time, and because jewelry is something you have to pay attention to, and it's not exactly easy to set up a jewelry line. So let's see, hopefully with time that will happen, but as of now the clothing line is on track.
You are about to make your debut in Tamil with Bruce Lee again in Tamil there. So are you excited? Like, what's your...
Very excited. Tamil is again a new language. I suddenly feel like a newcomer again. So when I met them and they were... See, Tamil I understand, so it's not really an issue. But speaking Tamil is obviously not going to be easy. I've in fact started to learn Tamil. I have this app on my phone which teaches me. That's how I learned Telugu. So I'm going to start learning Tamil now. I'm extremely...
Not bad at all. I mean, you picked up Telugu pretty well, right?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I interact with my people on set, my personal staff and all. I try and interact with them as much as possible in Telugu. I've asked them also to learn Tamil now so they can teach me. I mean, they already know a little bit, so they can teach me that. But I am extremely excited about making my debut in Tamil because suddenly it feels new again, like it's so fresh again, and it's a new beginning. I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of those characters that I'm very, very kicked about. It's not like I haven't had Tamil movies in the past. Come on, I've been in the industry for a while, so it's obvious. I did sign a couple of films also, like 2-3 years ago. They just didn't materialize the way they should have. Like, one got postponed, another one I returned the signing amount because the dates kept getting pushed, and I signed Googly and all that was happening. And when Googly happened, Ongul Gita happened. So they were like two big films and I couldn't really mix my dates. And yeah, I can't believe it's happening. I suddenly feel like a newcomer again. GV actually called me senior. He's like, you're my senior. I'm like, excuse me, just to break the ice, huh? And then he laughed. He's like, you look like a kid, don't worry. He also looks like a child. But no, I know I have a lot of experience behind me, but you know, with every movie it just feels very new. And especially with a new language, it's not the easiest.
It almost feels like you're restarting your life every 3 years, right? You know,
as an actor, you have to reinvent yourself. Considering, as an actress, you have a very small window. I think you can, like Anushka, I really admire her because she's broken all those norms. I'm going to act. She's got her market. She's like, I'll act. She started acting when she was my age, like what I am now. She started acting when she was 26 or 27 if I'm not wrong. So I'm 26 now. And it kind of feels like when you look at certain actresses who have gone beyond expectations, they actually inspire you. And they tell you, you know what, if she can, you can. It may not be in your destiny, but that doesn't mean you should stop working hard towards it. So I'm working towards it. I'm hoping that I'm able to continue this for as long as I can. But I don't know for how long I will. It's as simple as that. But every 3 years, yes. Because you have to reinvent yourself, you have to give yourself a new look, and there's so many new, talented, beautiful girls coming into the industry. Competition's increasing. The audience will get bored of you at some point. So you have to make sure you do enough to keep them entertained and reinvent yourself, so they feel like they're looking at something fresh and new all the time.
Kriti, no matter how many films you do in Telugu, right, you'll always be remembered as Teenmar actress Kriti Kharbanda. And I know that you're not related to Kriti Sanam, just to make it clear.
My God, yesterday someone was like, what will you name your biography? And I said the Kharbandas of the world, but then I thought to myself, I'm like, I should just name it, will anyone ever get my name right? I'm always either Kirti, Kruthi or Kritika. I am never Kriti, Kritika. I am never Kriti. I am never ever Kriti. I am always Kruthi or Krithi or Kritika or Kirti. Like, I am always that. So maybe I should just name it Kirti, Kruti, Kritika or Kriti. It'll be fun, but...
That's a great headline for a book, man. You should...
It is, no? Like, listen, this is on record, it's mine. Patent has happened, only him who can use it. So we will do that. Don't name this interview that though. This will be fun. I don't know who I interviewed today. Like, you can interview 4 people at once. No, this is getting lame now. I need to shut up. No, but
coming back to that question,
yeah.
You'll always be remembered as a Teenmar actress. So
yeah.
How was that whole experience of working with Pawan Kalyan?
Kalyan sir is awfully quiet. Okay, to a point where he's got that aura around him where he's so quiet and yet you feel like he's communicating with you. So his body language is actually telling you something and you need to understand it. It's as simple as that. He was extremely wonderful with me. I don't know how you behave with a superstar, okay, so the blabbering me. We were on Delhi airport and our flight got delayed by about 6 hours to Banaras. We were going there for a Banaras schedule. We had just shot the Vayarala, like half the song here, and then we were shifting to Banaras. So I got to the airport. I flew in from Bangalore. He flew in from Hyderabad. We met at the airport. He was with his people, like his manager and his bodyguards and all that. I went up to the food court in Delhi and I ordered a pizza for myself. So I was sitting and eating. Next thing I get a call, and at that point, no starry tantrums. I'll take call from any number. So I answered and I'm like, hello. And he's like, Kriti. And I'm like, yes, sir. Kalyan here. I'm like, who's Kalyan? Pawan Kalyan. I'm like, oh, sir, sorry, what happened? And I'm like, sir, sorry, I didn't have your number. He's like, it's okay, I just took it from Ganesh. Where are you? So I said, so I'm in the food court. No, our flight's delayed by 6 hours. I suggest you come and sit with us. Don't want you getting lost anywhere and want you to be comfortable. I was like, oh my God, what just happened? And I didn't want to waste my pizza, so I stuffed an entire pizza into my mouth, like in a span of 3 minutes. I'm not kidding. Luckily, it was a mini pizza. I stuffed the whole thing. I go down and he says, come, let's eat lunch. And I was too scared to tell Pawan Kalyan sir that I ate an entire pizza. So he said, come, there's an Italian restaurant at the airport. We'll eat there. I said, okay. So he sat there and he's a very quiet person. So he was reading something. And I started talking to him. Sir, how long have you been in the industry? What are the movies? And he's like, can this girl ever shut up? Like, I can see it on his face, okay, but I can't stop blabbering suddenly, no. Then he asked me something about me. And he knew he just needed to shoot one question. I could talk for 20 minutes and he could read. So I was talking and he says, what do you want to eat? And I had just eaten pizza. And he's like, I'll order some pasta. He ordered some food. And I had to eat because it's Pawan Kalyan sir. Then he said, you want to have some dessert? And I love dessert, so I couldn't say no. I was full, but I couldn't say no. So I ate. Had food poisoning the next day. First day of shoot. Till 10 a.m. we couldn't shoot because I was like, Jan, my stomach hurts. I don't know what to do. I've overeaten and there's been a mix of cuisines. And I'm telling you, I've never told anyone this, but this is one of my funniest experiences with him. And when he got to know that I wasn't sick, he's like, is it the pasta? Then I told him, like, no, sir, I'd eaten a pizza before that. And he's like, why did you eat the pasta? So I said, sir, I couldn't say no to you. And he's like, seriously, what is wrong with this girl? And that's, I think, how we broke the ice. And we actually got along very well. And we were shooting in Banaras the whole of October. And we got back to Hyderabad on the 28th of October, which was a day before my birthday. he made sure we got back because we were talking and he said, how do you celebrate your birthday? I said, so I like to celebrate it with family. And we were supposed to come back on the 31st. This was on the 21st, he asked me. And he made sure that we finished our schedule by 28th so I could be back home. It was very kind. And on my birthday, he had his manager like send me flowers and my birthday wishes. And for me, that was one of the sweetest things like a co-star has done. Like a superstar like Pawan Kalyan, it doesn't come that easy, but I think I managed to break that ice with him, and I met him again at Chirusa's birthday. I didn't meet him after that, and he remembered me, and he's like, "Hi, how are you? How is work?" Like, "I'm doing good, sir." And, he's still so grounded and still so chilled out. He's like, "Come, stand, we'll talk." And I'm still shivering looking at him, and I'm like, I made an ass out of myself in front of him before I should shut up. I should not open my mouth only. But yeah, I've learnt my lesson. Never eat too much because it will not agree with you. Learn to say no in a very polite way, but never say no to Pawan Kalyan. But people keep asking me, why is he your favorite co-star? He's one of my most favorite co-stars, and I guess this is why, because I never had to pretend to be another person with him.
Such an amazing story, man.
No? I know, it's damn sweet. Pizza, pasta and Pawan Kalyan.
Should be a writer, man. What are you doing acting?
Future.
Right. So much on the plate already for you. Right. So, finally, I think we've spoken a lot. I
gave you 4 episodes, Hemu.
I know.
Better give me 4 sandwiches now.
You cannot stop thinking about food, is it?
I'm hungry. I can smell the food like as we speak. I can actually I can smell it. There's some kind of a tikka that's something is happening.
What? You can smell something and tell what?
Oh yeah. I'm a very good cook. So I love cooking. I can tell by the aromas what's gone in there, and I'm good at that. So
have they put in the right spices?
You know what I want to do? I want to open a food truck and serve aloo parathas. What fun! Hemu, let's do it together.
I'll be the first taste master.
You'll eat and I'll cook. That's all that's gonna happen. I know Chinmay is a very good cook. Maybe we'll become like close friends and I'll ask her to bake.
It's a great idea.
Let's all start a food truck. Rahul can drive the truck.
I hope Rahul, you're seeing this.
No, Rahul is too sweet. He can't say no for Chinmay. To Chinmay, though, he's so madly in love with her. Huh? He keeps talking about her like all the time. I shot well with him, no, like that ad. Only thing I heard was Chinmay. I think so sweet, like damn cute. But I heard he told me that she bakes really well and she's a very good cook. So we'll do that, and I'll make the aloo parathas. You can eat. Who else is there? How do we involve Pranita and Ada? We'll see. We'll figure out a plan
talk
for them.
about it. Yeah,
we'll figure out a plan for them. We've seriously gone off topic. Please edit this. I don't know what I'm talking. I don't even know Chinmay that well. I'm so mean. No, she's too sweet. I met her at Filmfare and she was so kind. Oh, I love you in the Vivek lad. I'm like, oh, so cute. But yeah, we have to involve Rohit also. Then he'll take the photographs. He'll take the food pictures and all. We have a full business plan. Who's financing us? There's a truck outside. I can actually see it from here. Okay, shush. Respectfully.
So, finally, what's coming up next for you apart from Bruce Lee? Are you signing more films in Kannada?
Kannada, I have signed a couple more films that will start rolling sometime in January. I have 3 releases lined up. Actually, the 2 films that I need to complete still. Papu and Dalapati are almost 85% complete. I'll finish those commitments by the 15th of November. Then I will move on to Bruce Lee in Tamil, where I will finish that commitment by the 15th of Jan. And after which I'll move on to my 2 Kannada films. So I'm more or less, I know what I'm doing for the next 3-4 months at least. After that, I don't know. I mean, if something works out, it does. Otherwise, I will cook at home.
Oh, you have already planned your post-retirement plan and all that?
Post-retirement, Kaika retirement. I'm not going to retire. I'm always going to be part of this business in some way or the other. I have some cool ideas in my head, like things that I really want to do, and once they do materialize, I will take them forward. But yes, of course, I want to get married, I want to have children. That is a priority. My career is very important to me, but I want to get married and I want to have children, and I hope whenever the time is right, it happens for me in a good way.
Is there somebody already in mind?
No one in mind as such, but I'm very excited about getting married. I think just that whole concept of being married, belonging to someone for the rest of your life. I think that's the most wonderful thing, having a partner you can confide in and talk to and look up to and shout at and yell at and take out all your anger on. I think it's a package, and just to have, when you have children, it's like you have the best of both worlds because you love him and you love yourself, and you'll make a beautiful person. I think the good things and the bad things come together, and I believe that when you have a partner and when you're in love, you all just make each other better people. And I love everyone in my life today. There is not one person who I hold something against, and I think that's why I'm at peace. I cannot go to sleep if I fought with someone. I have to clear the air. So that's the reason why I think I have nothing against anybody today. I'm over anything that's ever happened to me. And marriage will happen. It has to happen. I just hope it's a good one.
Right. Thank you so much, Kriti. It was really a great pleasure talking to you. But before I let you go, there is a series of questions which I'm going to ask you. It's almost like a rapid fire. This round is called one shot.
One shot.
You just crisp answers or something.
Okay, done.
Your first celebrity crush?
Pawan Kalyan. I'm telling you, it was like the sweetest thing. Any guy, when you look at him, you're like, I wish, what, so sweet he is. I wish the guy I marry or the guy I'm with will be as sweet to me as he is. As a kid, like before I became an actress, I think I had a big crush on Shah Rukh Khan. But after I became an actress, I think it wasn't really a crush with Pawan Kalyan actually. It was more like I admired him and the chivalry. You wish, when someone opens like the door for you or treats you and says, come sit and make sure you have a chair and gives you your fan. That chivalry, it's not a crush, but it's more like respect towards him.
One film that you wish you were part of?
I was part of it, but I wish I played Nitya's character, Allah Mudlaindi. I thought that was a very, very cute film. Apart from that, I think, actually there are too many, but Allah Mudlaindi is one film which I was a part of, but I wish I was doing Nitya's role, not because it's the main lead's role, but because I genuinely love that character.
If you were stranded on an island with just one person, who would you want that to be?
I'm not answering that. Actually, my mom and my dad, I can't choose any one out of those. Actually, I can't choose anyone. My brother and sister also I need. But if it had to be one person, I can't choose really. I don't have that one person in my mind who will be like, okay, just this one.
Craziest thing you've ever done in your life?
I can't say that in one word. It's a slightly longer story, but I was a very strict leader in school. So, long story short, I was one of those very bitchy women who would, if you've not done something right, if you do not abide by the rules, I will punish you. So I was house captain. I think the rest of the story you can understand what all I could have done and would have done. I was terrible, man. People used to hate me.
What's the biggest regret of your life?
That I didn't work as hard as I should have at the beginning of my career. Things would have changed. I should have taken my career more seriously. That is my biggest regret. If I had done that, things would have been different, hopefully. But yeah, that regret made me work harder, and this is why I'm here today.
One line about these three actors that you worked with: Digant, Upendra and Shivraj Kumar.
Digant is chocolate boy. I've known him for 10 years. We used to be like the it couple in ads. Like we shot so many ads together, and he's one of my closest friends. We may not talk every day, but I love him. He is an amazing guy. Shiv sir has way too much energy. I'm borderline jealous of him because I get tired like just doing 2 steps and he'll go on. I wish I'm able to keep up that energy level that he has. I wish I'm able to match up to that someday. Great actor, lovely human being, amazing to talk to, loves to read, so he's very, he's very knowledgeable, and it's actually easy to make conversation with him. Upendra sir is one of the most chilled out people I worked with. Doesn't interfere in anyone's work. When he's on set as an actor, he'll be an actor, but when he's on set as a director, if someone asks him for an input, he's so spot on. He'll tell you what to do and he'll tell you why it agrees with you and why it doesn't. He is a very, very smart man. He's very intelligent and very chilled out, like so easy to hang out with, and I love hanging out with him and his wife. Priyanka ma'am is another very, very sweet woman. So I think they make an amazing couple, and I love it when I see happy couples. It reassures you that there is hope there is love out there, and there are marriages that do last, and there are marriages that are happy. I'm sure they have their issues, but they look so happy together. I really admire the two of them.
One person who inspires you to be a better person.
My mom and dad both. They both struggled a lot through their lives. My mom is a very patient, and she's the opposite of me, and that's why I inspire to be like her, because she's very patient. She doesn't have a temper. She's always, puts herself in the shoes of another person to think where he or she is coming from or why he or she did this. I'm not that. I am very spontaneous, repulsive. My dad, because he never gave up. He went through a lot of crap and stood right up, and I have a lot of respect for the man.
What's the day like when you have a very bad throat and you're not allowed to talk?
No, I hate the phone, so I have to go, I have no choice. But even with a bad throat, like Papa says, when you have a cold or when you have a bad cough, eat some ice cream and then drink some cough syrup, you'll be okay. So I talk and talk and talk, and then have some cough syrup and some coughlette and live with it.
What's the topmost on your bucket list? Like, what's the thing which you're dying to do?
Get married.
Oh my god, you're in such a rush, man.
Arey, I'm not in a rush. I think it's more than the marriage, it's the wedding. I'm like, so cool. No, wait. On the top of my bucket list as of now, I think I want to do a really amazing, like, I'm a sucker for romance, so I cannot wait to do a nice, like, full-on romantic film, like, oh wow, like, like a Gotham Menon movie or something like that, that like touch lives of many people. I cannot wait to do that. So I hope there's something out there that lets me do that, because I'm a sucker for romance and I'm the most filmy person you'll meet, and I really think I can do justice. Like, people haven't seen that side of me, but trust me, I'll be good at it.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Kriti. It was really, really nice talking to you.
Thank you so much, Hemant.
All the best for your career ahead, and I hope all your dreams, including marriage, comes.
Thank you. That's one of the sweetest things someone said.
Right.